It's been a while now since love's been in this place. You see, many have tried, but no one could take your place, girl. Why you so beautiful? I see the future in your face, baby. Never in a million years I thought that you'd be mine, girl. That you'd be mine, girl. Never thought I would fall. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. But my heart's been stolen. Last forever. We will go. Ooh, baby. We will go, baby. We keep going and growing, girl. The best thing is knowing, girl. Cause when we KISSING, all I can say is OMG. My love in my life, you make all things right, baby. I trust you, girl, with my life. I don't want nobody but you. I'ma put my ring on you. Never thought I. No, never. Ooh, baby. Again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond. We will go so far. Beyond. Beyond. You'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. We ain't looking for a thing. Yeah, you'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. Never thought I. Never thought I. No, never. Ooh, baby. Been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. You hope, baby. I hope it lasts forever, girl. I hope it lasts forever, girl. Hey, 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 hey. We will go, baby. We will go, baby. Ooh, we will go, baby. We will go so far, baby. I hope it lasts forever, baby.
You know, I think I'm gonna really give up this life. Just try to be a better guy, you know. But wait. Man, they got a good girl, you know, and they really feel they go treat you a certain way.
I understand. So what's stopping you?
The girls. Some things about kind of resolve. I think I can just, apologize and start fresh and clear the slate, and hopefully, that will work out for me.
Well, if it makes you happy, give it a try. She deserves it, right?
Hey, give you a call and see how it works out, man.
Let me know how it goes.
For sure. Thanks, man.
No problem.
How you doing? Before you hang up, can you just listen for a while? never done anything to take away your smile. So I dropped my pride, all my cards are laid. I know I hurt you most definitely, and I'm trying to make it right. I wanna take away your pain. Said you need your space and you're trying to live, but I'm really hoping that you can forgive me. I'm wrong, I wrote this song, it's been too long. Forgive me, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. So baby, can I come over and show you how sorry I am? I'll make you my lady tonight. Oh, if you want it, put your request in and I'll be on it. We'll make sweet love all through the night. I didn't know you would pick up the phone, and now I'm wondering if you were alone, girl. If so, just let me know. I wanna plan a rendezvous. Please forgive me, don't turn away. I wanna try again starting today, honey. I'll fight, I'll treat you right. See me tonight, I'll fix this, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, no, no. I was wrong, I apologize. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong. I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave. My apology. Oh, baby, please. Ooh, I was wrong. I apologize. This is my apology. I do. I apologize. I was wrong.
Hello?
Hey babe, what you doing?
Nothing.
Can you come over?
Yeah, not easy.
Anybody ever told ya what a woman really is? If you ever get the moment, show them how much they give. You're a shoulder I can cry on, arms I can embrace. Is to hear my deepest thoughts, protect her night and day. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You're all amazing. I try to describe. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You have birthed the nations, a nurturer you are. You bless us with your wisdom, and you tended every scar. You have found me broken, you have shown me light. You ignited all my passions and loved me through the night. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are.
To be a woman is to be blessed with unparalleled intuition, to be powerful, power independent of place or position. To be a woman is to be a mother, giving birth to sons and daughters, ideas, institutions, and business ventures. To be a woman is to be the current inspiration, the future aspiration of a young lady, of a little girl.
You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're a gem, a diamond flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're an African queen flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. So you are amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. You are woman. You are woman. You are. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman, so you are woman. Hey, and when obstacles manifest as natural, you are born for this.
To be a woman is to be the heart of the system, to be the one who brings life into our world.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Hey, ladies, hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate podcast. I'm your host, Neil. He's your host, Derek.
Hill.
And together we are here with another live stream for your education, your entertainment. My partner is ready. I see Marlon Miller in the house. People, how are you doing?
Early.
How is everybody? I see Jennifer in the crank. How is everybody? Derek, how are you doing? Talk to me nice.
I am good, my brother. I am doing well. Kind of short. Had a good workout today. The week a little short. I'm short today. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do tomorrow, but yesterday was a little rough. Today was a little rough, but you know, I make it through and I feeling good heading into the new year. For those of you who might be wondering why I'm under a cap, I'm not as well coiffed as I would like to be. I'm saving that for tomorrow. So I decided I won't grace y'all with my receding hairline tonight. I will just cover it all, you know. See Aston in the house, my boy Steve Wu.
Yeah, Steve. Darnell Antonio. Oh, Daryl. Right. Daryl, sorry. No, he's
an interloper.
Yeah, don't worry. I can deal with you know. Anyhow, my brother.
Talk to me, man. What's going on with you? How things are in?
Yeah, man, I good. Everything is all right, you know. I neither too high, you know, or too low, as it is.
Always
and
good.
I am thankful. You know, so interesting things going on behind the scenes, but other than that, man, just thankful for everything. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you would have obviously heard some beautiful sounds of an acapella group before we would have started. That is Derek's group. You would have recognized the lead singer there. Derek, you know how was the drill? Let the people know what's happening with G-Syndicate.
Yeah, man, we still here. We still cranking. We still working. So, big up the guys, Kiomal, Waden, Mark, Brett, Hugh, filling in for Antonio for the time being. He was dad's funerals yesterday, but he was always in pretty good spirit. So salute Hugh. I don't know if he's watching tonight, but big up, man. Big up the fellas all the time. You can find us at gsyndicate6.com, G-Syndicate6 on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and then G-Syndicate6, but you got to spell out the 6 on Instagram. And we got intelligent people in the Senate tonight. So, yeah, man, they don't have to tell you how to spell 6. Mm-hmm. And I see we are up to 238 subscribers, Neil.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
So last on Tuesday we were what 220 something or
230. I think we were 228 or 229, something like
that. So we definitely appreciate all those new subscribers who have decided to grace us with their presence. We definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. Because it's all about the conversations, having the conversations, and getting men's sides heard. You know, very often that people aren't too keen to hear a men's side. But yeah, I think in order for things to end the gender war, we need to have
some tough love, some tough conversation.
Yeah, some tough conversations on both sides. I'll leave it there for now. We'll get too incendiary too early.
Yeah, man. Right. So on that note, everybody, you're here. For those of you that are here, shout out Denise, shout out Tamiko. Thanks for joining us. Like our content. Don't just come and watch. Like us, because we want the algorithm on YouTube to be favorable upon us. You know, for those of you that aren't subscribe. You know, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. We do content for you 5 days a week. We do the shorts Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do the long form content in this live stream here at 8 p.m. Barbados time. And then we have some other things that we want to do for the new year. So yeah, like, dislike, whatever you do, just take a moment right now and hit the like or the dislike, the thumbs up or thumbs down. Right? And most importantly, people, just share this content. If you think that we onto something, shoot, even if you think we're talking foolishness and you think that we should be held accountable, share this content so that we can get the word out there, because we're trying to get to the bottom of this whole thing, right? You know, men have been disenfranchised in this whole patriarchal feminist movement, so we're trying to get to the bottom of it. All right, I think that's enough housekeeping for right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have come to the part of the show where every Tuesdays and Thursdays, before we have the live stream, Derek will go on our social media page, particularly Facebook. You can give us a follow and a like the Senate podcast on Facebook. Derek would usually go there and he would post something to get the conversation going, to let us know what we were talking about. And of course, this episode is no different. Derek would have gone on to social media and posted something. And it is Die Hard is the name of it. You know?
Yeah. I see you.
Just,
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not cracker. We don't swear. Well,
Yeah,
we
we
try
don't
not
know,
to
yeah.
swear on this show.
We
but
hold
yeah,
it down.
yeah.
It down.
Right. So I'm gonna hand over the reins now to Derek so that he can lead us in sermon tonight and we can get into the conversation.
Yes. Good night to everybody. Good night, folks. It's always good to be here and driving the conversation and kind of bring my thoughts to you guys every Tuesday and Thursday, as Neil said, right? So tonight, Neil, the show is entitled Die Hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of my favorite movies, by the way, right? I know that title is a bit rough.
Same here.
It's
Love
one
it.
of it's one of my favorite movies. Yeah, and I know it's one of yours as well. And we did one of my other favorites, one of my Christmas favorites on Tuesday. We did Home Alone. So I felt it was only right and appropriate to do Die Hard tonight. But tonight I'm not going to draw too many parallels, but I can use the title. Title is significant, right? I want us to look at the events surrounding 3 separate incidents, right? Break them down for tonight's show, and let's see if we're shaping up to Die Hard, or if we are moving towards having someone who is your soft place to land, somebody who's down for you like 4 flat tires as you get older, right? So we can take a look at them in I think we pretty much got the chronological order, and we can get into the meat of the show, right? So the first thing we're going to look at a lady by the name of April Mason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So April Mason, folks, she quit her job as a matchmaker in 2014, and she quit her job as a dating coach a few months ago here in 2021. Now, this is a woman that made hundreds of thousands of dollars and decided it just wasn't worth the stress of dealing with the women she encountered, so she shut shop. So it got to be bad, Neil, if people are willing to leave money on the table rather than deal with you. But let's see what she had to say as she left the scene, right? So let me pop back out here and see what we got going on. We on screen, Neil?
Yeah, we on screen.
All right. So she says, why am I closing my dating academy and getting out of the business of helping women in this way? The same reason why I closed my matchmaking service in 2013, not 14. Sorry about that, guys. See Charmaine in the house. Good to see you.
It's you too,
as
Charmaine.
Always. Yeah, we rocking you?
Yeah, we back up. We in the thing after 10 years.
All right. After 10 plus years of helping women in this area, it's time to move on. I've had dozens of success stories from women who now married, engaged, or dating high caliber men. My track record speaks for itself. Winky, winky emoji. However, the majority that come to me have unrealistic expectations. The selfishness, fake everything, think they should be chosen because they have a vagina and good looks. The entitlement just mean not knowing the difference between being a good woman and a wise woman. I will fight you to be strong, not knowing how to be versus do. Oh my God. Thinking being a feminine woman is weak or a pick-me, whatever that is, placing the blame and not taking responsibility or accountability for the choices they made in men. Wow. Yeah, this, ladies and gents, I didn't Photoshop this. This is what she typed on Instagram, right? Being disagreeable, defensive, argumentative. Always finding something to nitpick about. Looking for perfection. If you mention anything about doing something kind for the man they chose, it's the what is he going to do for me? And the list goes on. Now, this doesn't excuse men's behavior. A lot of men think because they are high earning, it makes them a high value man. Not. I have just made my contribution and impact in this area for decades to come. I have over 50 courses that women who may need help in this area can rent or buy. And she puts her link in the bio. New courses will be added this week. A wise woman knows how to exit on a high note. Ladies and gents, that is April Mason. That is not me, Derek Marshall. I didn't write those things. That is a woman, a female dating coach who made thousands of dollars. And she decided, you know what?
Enough is enough.
Enough is sufficient, in the immortal words of Eric Lewis. I'm done with that here, right? No. Where am I? So last month, Neil, for Thanksgiving, she asked the ladies, right? Remember, she shut shop earlier this year, a couple months ago. And then last month for Thanksgiving, because you got to remember, we're still in December, she asked the ladies if they would be willing to fix their man's plate. Now let's hear what she had to say and check out some of the responses to what she had to say as well, right? So she writes, just thinking, ladies, it's okay to make your man's plate tomorrow. Okay, bye. Running before you all throw something. So it's funny that she has to say that and jet off because she knows that people will attack. And people did attack, but these are some of the comments that I decided to just pull up, right? Somebody says, fix your man's plate, then he brings you a glass of wine or champagne later. April Mason responded and she said, it doesn't always have to be about you just because you do something for him. I'm sure if you chose a good man, he does wonderful things for you all the time. Let me repeat that part. I'm sure if you chose a good man, he does wonderful things for you all the time. The person responded, they said, exactly. Don't worry, Aston, I got you covered in that regard. But let me not throw the baby with the bath water because this stuff is still pertinent. Yeah, so go forward for me, Neil, there. So let me get next slide.
Yeah, we did.
You know, I got a lag, so a couple seconds behind you, all right? I know if that's right. I wish I had wanted to make four. Somebody else says that was my thoughts too. And then she responded and said, we got next year, Queen. We're going to get it right, okay? Don't worry. Give me the next slide, Neil.
Yeah, we did ready.
I'd love to make a man a plate if I had one. Laughing emoji. See, let me get emoji. Let's go forward. This buddy says, if I did have someone, I would fix his plate. That laugh emoji. Somebody says, meh, LOL. Another set of laughing emojis. If only I had one to begin with. Laughing emoji. Somebody says, they don't need to throw nothing at you there. They need to listen. Somebody says, yes, and cut his meat. Go forward, Neil.
Forward.
See Ramel in the building. Good night to you,
Shout
brother.
Ramel.
Yes, somebody says, making a plate for someone you're giving your body and heart to shouldn't be so difficult. That I say. Oh my God. Somebody else says, maybe one day some of these ladies will learn this gesture without expecting something in return. Serving is sexy. I'm just saying. And that is a lady that posted that. Yeah. It wasn't me. None of these were me, right? You know, if it was me, my name would be there. I won't block it out, right? My ex, I used to made his. Oh, Lord have mercy. My ex, I used to make his plate at his family functions, and his mother and sister snapped on me. Look at that. Needless to say, I didn't let that influence me at all. How I was raised. As of today, he says no one has still ever made his plate for him. It's a lost art. Yeah, let's go forward. Yeah.
I think that's it for that.
And that's it for that one. All right, good. So you see where we are, folk. We see where we are. Now, what I didn't show you guys was the number of people who gave her some pushback for suggesting something as preposterous as, fixing a man a plate. Right? But I have to say, Neil, I found it interesting how many women made the point that they wish they had a man to whom they could cater. I found that particularly interesting. Right? When I saw those so many of those comments saying that, I thought to myself, and I thought I would ask the chat, which is more likely? Now, all these women who are saying they wish they had a man that they could prepare a player for, you think that they never had good men in their lives? Or is it more likely that they thought they could do better and try to upgrade on the man that they had? Or maybe even they had a good man and display some, a little bit of attitude, some manipulation and that kind of thing that the man couldn't and didn't want to deal with. Which you think is more likely, guys? If you think that they never had a good man, put some ones in the chat. If you think they probably had a good man and mess it up, drop twos in the chat. But we can leave it there for now. Neil, we can leave that there for now. We get the crew a chance to respond to that, and we can move on because we want to move on to Miss Vivica A. Fox.
Sure.
Right? So Vivica Anjanetta Fox, yes, Anjanetta is her middle name. That's what the A stands for. Is an American actress, producer, and television host. She began her career on Soul Train in 1983-84. That's a long time ago in Bethlehem, Neil. That's when we were babes, right? Then she eventually continued her career with roles on the daytime television soap operas Days of Our Lives and Generations. That is when I remember my first experience of laying my eyes on Vivica A. Fox, and I thought she was the most gorgeous person I had ever seen in my life, right? But then she shifted to primetime slots. She starred opposite Patti LaBelle in the sitcom All Night. Then she had a big breakthrough in 1996 with roles in two box office hit films, Independence Day, don't say Will Smith, and Set It Off. Yep. Set It Off, right? My first recollection, Generations, can't beat that, right? We have some pictures of Vivica. You ran those on screen.
Are you on screen all now, man?
Well, let me just take a moment to, oh yes. Whew.
I love this one. This one is a nice one.
Lord have mercy.
And
yes, please.
This one here is a bit odd, but like appreciate the one on the rock, and then of course, This one I like. This one. This one she looks at the girl next door.
Yes, Lord. All right. So that's just for those of you in the chat, right? Who are Vivica Fox fans. No. In December 1998, she married a singer called Christopher 6'9" Harvest, the 6'9", and they divorced in 2002. Later on, she dated rapper 50 Cent in 2003. That's a year after she got divorced. And then in 2011, she and club promoter Omar Slim White broke off their 10-month engagement. Fox has stated before that she regrets that she did not have children and that it is her biggest regret in life. But she went on a show recently, Neil, and she was asked, when she was asked about it, she had this to say. So we have a clip of Vivica on the show very recently. So we're gonna play that for you guys so you can hear what Vivica had to say about children, prospect of her getting children.
Girl, I'm 57. I got 6 guy babies. Don't think that because I didn't birth children, that I don't have children. I have 6 godchildren, and I do not feel less fulfilled as a woman, period. All I got to do is spend an afternoon with them. So we did Christmas pictures the other day, and I had them on the speed cycle. I was like, you come at 6:15, y'all come at 6:30, y'all come at 6:45. We're going to be at CPK by 8:30, because I know they're going to get tired by 9:30. And sure enough, like clockwork, they did. And at the end of the night, I was like, Gigi, love you bookers. Okay, I'll see you next time. All right. So, but I love children. Please do not get me wrong. I absolutely love children. In my life, it was career over children. And I never met the man that I can have children with. I didn't. I almost made that mistake. And 3 months before, my family was like, you will not. You absolutely will not. And lost a whole bunch of money in deposits and this, that, and the third, but I trust my family. My family was like, no. And this one here, you had to deal with him for 18 more years? Hell to no. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, you're not going to do that. So, but like I said, I have 6 godchildren, that when God took away my opportunity to bear children, he sent my godbabies. Yeah.
Oh.
I got kids.
All right. Yeah, that's Vivica Fox, guys. Now, Neil, I want you to do me a favor, all right? I want you to run it again. You ain't got to run from the very beginning, but go run it again. And I want you guys to listen carefully to what she had to say. She starts to say that it was between career and children. She chose career, and then she kind of, well, listen for yourselves.
Period. All I got to do is spend an afternoon with them. We did Christmas pictures the other day, and I had them on the speed cycle. I was like, you come at 6:15, y'all come at 6:30, y'all come at 6:45. We're going to be at CPK by 8:30, because I know they're going to get tired by 9:30. And sure enough, like clockwork, they did. And at the end of the night, I was like, Gigi, love you bookers. Okay, I'm see you next time. All right. So, but I love children. Please do not get me wrong. I absolutely love children. In my life, it was career over children. And I never met the man that I could have children with. I didn't. I almost made that mistake. And 3 months before, my family was like, you will not.
Well, y'all heard that, right? Well, y'all heard that. Now, she says, or started to say, it was career or and then we go to blaming a whole host of other people. That's the way she never had children, right? She never met a man, the men weren't good enough. She was married, yeah? Her family told her not to. So let us consider the fact, folks, that she was married, engaged to Slim, the club promoter, and she was in a relationship with Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Why do you say Curtis Jackson? Because he is very different from 50 Cent. Curtis Jackson is a man that is a film producer, a television producer and stuff like that. Yeah, he up there, right? And you're saying to me that the man you married, the man you were engaged to, nor 50 Cent, none of those men was good enough. That's what you're trying to tell the public, right, Vivica? That's what you're trying to tell us? That's what you're really trying to tell us, Vivica? We see you. So we can give you, Vivica. We gotta give you... Stop the cap. You gotta give you that, Vivica. We gotta give you that. We see you. But we can move on. Because we got one more, right? Let's move on to Miss Tiffany Haddish. I don't want browbeat Haddish too much. Because, we did a show only a few weeks ago. We did a live stream, and in my monologue, I spoke at length about the dissolution of the relationship between Tiffany Haddish and Common, right? I went into Haddish's seemingly flippant approach to the relationship, and because of that, I wasn't surprised to hear that the relationship had ended, right? It was a case where it was like, yeah, but if you want to marry me, you can marry me, He could propose to me with an apartment building. She didn't really want no ring, that kind of thing, right? But anyhow, she recently, because remember, Common said, we got 2 different schedules, ain't really lining up. Cool. That's what he said. Tiffany Haddish recently went to the media to respond to his comments and about why they're separated. So let's have a look at the Tiffany Haddish article and what she would have said in said article. Let me pop back in here again. Tiffany Haddish blasts ex-boyfriend Common, says she didn't feel safe around him. Right. Yeah. During an interview with Fox Soul's Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored with Jason Lee, Tiffany told Jason that she was disappointed with how the Chicago rapper handled their breakup in the media. Common explained to People magazine that it was their busy schedules which prompted the split. Yeah. But Tiffany isn't playing in it. I suppose that's what's supposed to be. She told Jason he might be the type of person that never really settles with somebody. Maybe he's like, like a bee going from flower to flower to flower. I don't know. I wish him nothing but joy and happiness, He will always be cool. Even now, we're still trying to be a little flippant about it. Then she says, the actress added, I miss him. I miss him from time to time. But that's with, I think, any intimate relationship that you might have, you miss them. But I'm fine with it. It's cool. You see Tango Fox saying that it's bull crap. Yeah, but Tiffany also shared doubt of Common's excuse for the breakup. She told Jason, "You made time for what you care about." In reference to Common saying their busy schedules prevented them from continuing the relationship. So basically, she said he didn't care about her, and his excuse was BS because she definitely made time for him. Then Tiffany posted a very interesting tweet suggesting that she didn't feel safe around Common. We have that tweet, don't we, Neil?
Sir, it's on screen right now.
Let's get that on screen for the people. She said, "I want a man in my life I can share my success with, my joy, my body, and all while I feel safe with him and he feels the same with me. Does anyone know how to make that happen?" No, Neil. Let me just go on. Let me just go on. I want you guys to cast your mind back to just a few weeks ago, because it wasn't terribly long ago we did that live stream, right, Neil? And Miss Haddish was essentially saying that Common was all right.
He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad.
He wasn't all right. He wasn't bad. She said he wasn't the guy she preferred or the guy she would want, but he all right. Mm-hmm. And if you wanted to get married to her, she'd be cool. If not, she'd be cool. As ambivalent as you can get. Then she wanted him to propose. If he was going to propose with an apartment building, she'd be cool with that too. No. Now, after displaying all this apathy, that apathetic attitude, she's here saying that she misses him. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, let me get into a little bit of this. But we went through all of that, right? Ladies, gentlemen, men have value. Ladies, the men that you want have even higher value. Because we know when they want the van man. We get it. They get the van man for life, right? Now, ladies, why do I say all that? Why did we go through those three things? You do not get to choose apathy and irascibility, no matter how noble your reasons, and then be surprised when those men move on to someone who is willing to show that they want to be with those men. Right? More and more men are recognizing their worth. Let me say that another way. More and more men are recognizing their worth. Yeah, comma makes a difference. So we can read it either way. More and more men are recognizing their worth, or more and more men are recognizing their worth. Women want men to apply pressure and show that they want them. Well, guess what? Men want the same thing. As you were saying, Neil, they want you to defeat Bowser. And in the end, a lot of times, all men get in for the efforts is some sex. Some starfish sex, some turnover, cockroach sex, but, some sex. These days, men want effort as well. Men want women to apply some pressure as well. And I say it all the time on the show. I say it all the time here in this space, right? All men want is a good deal. And if you think, ladies, that sex is a fair exchange for the men you want, not the fine men, the men you want, then you're mistaken. The men you want can't and don't just show up and say, well, yeah, I got some dog alerts for you. Nah, they have to bring more. You want more. Ergo, ladies, those men now expect you to bring more. Sex is not a value-loaded exchange. It is a value-equal exchange. So you give us some sex, he giving us some sex. Yeah? Everybody, well, theoretically speaking, should be getting some pleasure out of it. Hopefully. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Hopefully. So before I wrap up, let me ask a few questions in the chat. Ladies in the chat, please bear in mind that we're talking about your potential husband, right? Out of find man that you letting hit but he say your potential husband. So keep that in mind as I ask these questions. Fellas are coming to you too. So ladies, let me start with you. Are you willing to be more agreeable and less combative? Because April Mason at the top of the show, those are some of the things that she highlighted. Argumentative, disagreeable, you know what I mean? God need to be right, those kind of things, right? Are you willing to show respect, admiration, and affection openly and publicly? Yeah, because Miss Haddish was like, yeah, if you want in a big thing, you could, or you could do and could. No, look at you. Yeah, malice, sans man.
I was just about to say sans man.
as the French would say. You know what I mean? Now, ladies, you with me? Are you willing to serve your man publicly? Before a clock there. Are you willing to serve your man publicly? Now, before you get your knickers in the knot, ladies, service does not mean servitude. Let me say that again. Service does not mean servitude. You want your man to serve you with his provision and protection, correct? Good. So are you willing to serve your man publicly? Because April Mason asked if you made to fix a plate, it was a problem. You may get you real pushback. I was make you plate, but what you gonna do for me? Right? Having said all that, gents, we come to you. Are you willing to show respect, admiration, and affection openly and publicly, Jay? And this is the more important one, because I saw a story yesterday that a friend of mine shared a story with me that had me a little beat. Are you willing to wait? Now, I know we get a serious reminder every morning that we are men. And sometimes it's very hard to ignore. Yeah. But are you willing to wait until you find a woman worthy of your protection, provision, guidance, and counsel? Or will any of these low-hanging fruit women, as my man Neil said on Tuesday night, will any of these low-hanging fruit women have access to the best of you? And to both ladies and gents in the chat, are you willing to work for the person you want? Are you willing to work for the person you want? Or are you content to do as you like, when you like, for as long as you like, however you like? And then you find yourself at the end of the day, out there like we girl Keisha.
All alone by her lonesome self.
Yeah. So you do as you like, when you like, for as long as you can't do it for as long as you like, but do as you like, how you like, when you like. Live free. And do what? Die hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the Senate podcast. Don't forget to like, dislike. You all are commenting, but continue to comment, share. That's very important. And at the end of the night, if you like what we're talking about, you can subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything coming from our little channel. Our channel. Don't let me say little. Don't let me disrespect the channel. Our channel. And then let's get the community going. Now, what can I add to this that my brother didn't so eloquently put? I think I can talk to the man first, right? Because Derek did make mention to when I spoke on Tuesday about low-hanging fruit women, right? Low-hanging women. And I know Derek likes that term. He laughs at it and everything like that. But it's very important for us men to realize that our value is, a little more than just, we did a short few weeks ago, breast, legs, and thighs.
Yeah.
Right. Our value is a lot more than breast, legs, and thighs. And we have to realize that if you get somebody that's an empty vessel, if you get somebody that just look good, but really has nothing of substance to offer, or is not someone that is willing to be down for you like 4 flat tire. She's only interested in who you are, what you have, or shoot, just about a good time. She just about, you know, having sex on the beach, having sex here and there and everywhere. And she's not bringing any other value to you other than sex or shoot, misery in some cases. Then you have to realize this time that is not the person for you. Because I keep saying sex, man, we all love sex, but sex is not something tangible that you could do anything with. It is an experience. After that experience, immediately, as soon as everybody has had their fun, there is nothing you can do with that. You can't take it into the bank. You can't make a deposit on anything. You can't invest it. You can't put gas in it. You can't put a key in it to say that it's yours to drive. It is nothing you could do with it. So we need to kind of rewire how we think and how we approach finding a partner, right? I know a lot of us, shoot, we live in Barbados. We have our dating culture, and they put that in air quotes, is wrapped up in fact. So you walk up with a woman whole night. Well, she's your woman, no, right? And we need to kind of change that, because we make a lot of decisions with other parts of our body instead of our brain, and we end up in problems. So I would say that to the men. I would say, men, as much as Darius called this die hard, you don't want to die hard with a woman that is a dud. You don't want to find yourself, you know, impregnating a woman that does not have your best intentions at heart, that really is just there for whatever you have or whoever you are, and not because of the person you are. You don't want to be with someone that belongs to the streets. You know, it was just your turn right now, but know that she got children. You got children with this woman, and she don't moving on to another person. She you know, wants to have whatever fun she want to have someplace else. So it's very, very important. Shout out Mark Silly is here. It is very, very important that we be very discerning when we are choosing our partners. Yeah, the conky is sweet, but sometimes the conky is not in the best packaging, and besides, it can't live off a conky alone.
It comes standard on all models.
You understand? Exactly. Women, Derek did say, you know, the very first episode we did on this channel, right? The very first episode, it was pre-recorded, and we did we introduced the channel. We talked about submission, one of our highest rated shows. Right? And a lot of people, that was a very divisive topic. A lot of people, particularly women, don't believe in submission, because we conflate and confuse submission with servitude. I don't know. I don't want to use that other term, because, you know, let's call it indentured servitude. That's the best way to put it, right? And a lot of people conflate those two things and believe that showing any act of service for their partner is akin to weakness. Just like how we men, we ain't really kissing up with women in public, nor we ain't showing affections, nor anything that shows weakness. But there is power, and there is it is important to show these things, right? Because it's not only about you. So not a lot of women, they ain't really fixing a plate for the man, and, you know, they've had to put on this masculine energy so long that they've had to, they believe this is how a man should be. So therefore, when a man comes along, he doesn't do the things that they believe a man should do in the way that they would do it, then the man is cast aside. There's a lot of nagging, there's a lot of contention, there's a lot of arguing, nagging. Are you willing to submit? And I'm not going to put that any other soft way. I'm not going to be PC about it. Are you willing to submit to your partner? What does submission mean? We spoke about it in this space several times, but for those of you who are new and thinking that I talking about women to be barefoot and pregnant, or just wearing high heels and hoop earrings and bending over whenever the man come home, no, that's not what I mean. Submission in a relationship is when your partner, you and your partner, have strengths and weaknesses. Men have strengths and weaknesses. Women have strengths and weaknesses, right? So in whatever area that you and your partner lead in, the other should submit. So for example, if I am very good at organizing or cutting grass or cooking, whatever I am proficient at in the relationship, more so than my partner, then my partner should submit to me and let me lead. Vice versa. And likewise, the opposite of that is if my partner is better at leading, she might be better at cutting the grass. She might be better than She might be better at cooking. She might be better at whatever. I submit to her. But the point is that you allow your partner to lead and you submit. Don't say, yeah, but yeah, babe, I agree that you should cook. But then when the man cook, you tell me, man, chicken dry. You know what I'm saying? The woman talk about, yeah, I can clean the house. And then you as a man saying, but how you cleaning here? But that's not your lane. She is the one that leads in that area. Therefore, you submit to that. Yeah. So that is what I mean by submission. That's what we mean by submission. Are you willing to submit? Because men don't have a problem with submitting, you know, which is so interesting. We spoke about it in this space. Men, I never hear a man say that I don't want a woman. Shoot, I want a woman, boy. Who? Too bad all by myself. I need a woman. I want a woman. Never heard a man say that. Never. Never. Man might say women foolish. Man might have some disparaging remarks to make about women. But ultimately, the man is not going to wholesale say, I ain't dating a woman. I ain't going out with a woman. I'm not going to engage a woman. Right? But women have this thing where they don't need a man. And men are not good enough for them, etc., etc. When you look at it, the common denominator is usually you in these situations. So you have to be willing to submit. You have to be willing to lead. You have to be willing to have the hard and sexy conversations. We need to stop the trend or dating culture here in Barbados of we sleep together 5 times in a row. Would that mean me and you as boyfriend or girlfriend? We gotta stop being so quick to get in the bed. You know what I'm saying? I understand sex feel good, but we cannot let that be the decision-making factor for us. You know what? She ain't a bad girl. She's a bit nagging and think she's miserable, but she's already God. No, that don't make sense.
Yeah,
that don't make sense. That don't make sense, right? Because you can end up making decisions that affect your life and the direction and peace of mind that you have for the long term.
I should have said it gonna be the first day. I good. Don't need them.
Real talk. I said what I said.
Well, fair enough, Austin. But by and large, I think we need to come to an understanding here. We need to understand that a lot of us are they got a lot of women we know, right? A lot of women we know, yes, Damien, and ignoring the red flags. There are a lot of women we know that are right now, early 30s, mid 30s, don't need a man. Man is beer jump, right? And they're taking this time period to, you know, I don't know, ruminate in their misery. And in the next 10 to 15 years, I believe that they're going to end up like Vivica Fox. They're going to either A, be in denial of having squandered the opportunities or the possibility of having a family, having children, or B, they're gonna straight up lie to themselves and say, shoot, is the best auntie in the world, the sexiest auntie, and this and that, the next. You could lie to me and Derek, you could lie to the public, you could lie on social media, but when you lie down with yourself,
your ears and behind your eyes,
it's only you, and you know the truth. So, and I'm not saying that people should go out there and rest and have children. That is a subjective thing. That's up to you. But we all want companionship. We all want a relationship. We all want somebody at the end of the day to disarm and to not, you know, to come home and be intimate with in any way, conversation.
Ain't always about sex.
Ain't always about
sex. Social beings.
Yes, we are social beings. And as I have told somebody before, you know, it's all good to see that you got your girls, but when you want that intimacy, you don't want your girls.
I'm saying
your girls only get you so far, unless that is your lifestyle, that's your lane. Then,
all right,
you know, that's all right. But if we are talking about heterosexual people, you know, everybody wants. Nothing wrong in getting a pet. Denise, can that pet rub your feet? Can you tell your problems to that pet and that pet answer you? Can you bounce ideas off of that pet? Yes, that pet can be loyal to you, but the pet ain't good for you.
I find that so interesting. Just before we started, right? Earlier this evening, before we started, I had a conversation with one of our viewers, and he would say that he ran into a lady, trying to find a conversation here. in the supermarket. He ran into this lady in the supermarket. And she asked him, they both in the line, and she asked him how his Christmas was and all that. He said his was quiet. How was yours? He said hers was quiet. So he said, well, hey, the boyfriend ain't doing nothing special for you. And he made a brisk assessment based on the things he saw. He kind of worked out, yeah, this girl is single. Mm-hmm. And she said, no, it was just me and my turtle. And then he was like, well, you got a turtle? And she said, yeah, one of the small ones that you're going to the aquarium, but she's looking to buy another because the turtle looked like he's lonely. I said to him, you know, you and I both know that ain't the turtle that lonely.
So you can buy a partner for your pet. So your pet could got somebody and you can be, you know that three is a crow.
Absurdity.
You know three is a crow?
And shoot, you ever been to the wildlife reserve, Neil?
Oh, yes.
Turtles would do it anywhere.
Anytime.
Irrespective of who watching. So, you can watch a lot of sex in that aquarium, darling, but you ain't getting none. When they two turtles curl out and they say, well, yeah, shut out the world, and that mean you. You in the house there, so, watching them.
All alone by her lonesome self.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you finding a partner for the turtle, but you don't feel that you need a partner too.
And I see people getting into the chat. I see Jennifer saying, Neil, sometimes kids just don't work out. Life happens. That's what I'm saying. I'm not telling anybody to go out there and have children willy-nilly because...
But he said that up front.
Right. That's a huge life decision. And then some pets are nicer than people. I see Denise agreeing. So you're trying to tell me that you would rather have a dog. You'd rather have a turtle. You'd rather have a... Shoot, you might not even want a pet. You might want a petunia. You might want a desert rose. You'd rather have an inanimate or an animal, inanimate object, or
unresponsive,
right? Than to have a boyfriend. And yes, I know we've had bad experiences. Shoot, everybody in here has had a bad experience. So let us not come with the, you know, I've been out there, been around the block, and nothing ain't happening, right?
I'm glad you said that, Neil, because I find that women seem to think that they have the exclusive rights to hurt and bad experiences. The men in this chat are here because they have had bad experiences and continue to have bad experiences. Wow. Everybody's get hurt. Yeah. Everybody's get hurt. Everybody's got bad experiences, but you gotta find a way to get past those bad experiences and move forward, because you keep living in this scarcity and this fear mindset, and it doesn't help. It's not healthy, because guess what? When life slows down, when life slows down for you and you start to get into your twilight years, you moving 50, 60. Yeah, you might, there ain't no more sex there now. Yeah, you might somebody hold it for you and shake it. That might be it. You know what I mean? But the ability to sit down with somebody and share a conversation. You go, something happens positively in your life, and the ability to share that with somebody, as opposed to just coming home and talking to the four walls.
No, you turtle, Leonardo.
Yeah. I ain't gonna get 3 more. You see your boyfriend right in the house. You gotta delete that in.
Yeah, got he covered.
Yeah. So you come home, you talking to the four walls and a turtle. You know what I mean? At some point, Charmaine is saying you need adult conversations and company. You do. Because we are social beings. We need to stop holding on to the hurt. Men hurt too. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying to not protect yourself or to go into situations blindly. I'm not saying that. But you got to approach a situation and say, all right, knowing that people are people. Human beings. I understand female nature, Neil Hoyt. So if I go into a relationship with a woman, I understand, but all right, I could get blind here, so at any point. And I understand that. Does that change how I approach a relationship with a woman? No. Because if I like you, I like you. And guess what? I say all the time, I do things for me. Yeah, it's selfish like that. I do things like me, for me, right? So if I want to go to cinema, I will go to cinema. If I want some female company, I ask you, you want to come? Fantastic. Awesome. We go together. You don't want to come? Come? Fantastic. I'll go by myself. You know what I mean? But we got to stop. We got to stop holding on to the hurts and saying, but yes, I get hurt. So this is how I operate. No, I don't want nobody come around me. I don't want nobody in my space. I don't want nobody getting close to me. Because then when you get older, then you're gonna be like that women in these screenshots talking about they wish they had a man to play it for. You know what I mean? So I want everybody in the chat tonight to kind of start thinking about how you could heal and let go of somebody hurts. Yeah, everybody get hurt before. Everybody get hurt. Let go of some of that hurts. Trust me, some of the stories I have will make you all guys grow some here. Right?
Yep.
Shoot, say stories Neil got will make you grow some here. Ours were as bad as ours were. We've heard some
even worse.
Even worse. You gotta move forward. Protect yourself. Move forward. Yep. Can't keep living in fear.
Nope.
Yeah, we can't keep living in fear.
Yeah, completely agreed. So to add to that, back to my point, as I was saying, you know, I understand. Take all, and this is the thing. There's nothing wrong with taking your time and saying, you know what, I need to work on myself. But you gotta work on yourself for the betterment of you. So working on yourself, but closing off yourself, saying, "Oh man, it's beer junk. I don't need a man." That's not in a healthy way, because at the end of the day, you are lying to yourself. Men do not lie to themselves and say, "I do not need a woman." A man could do everything for himself, but have female energy around him. Man can't do that. You understand? So that is how I see it. I gotta deal with this other interloper here. We going. But yeah, so let us not fool ourselves by saying you don't need a partner. It is okay to say you don't want a partner right now. It's okay to say you're working on yourself, but you gotta be able to come out the side of that and say, you know what? I am ready for a relationship. Need to reach out because Austin ain't listening. I need a thing. Maybe some money does it. I would say this about Austin, right?
Austin can get there, man.
Austin went through something very recently that
it's recent.
Yeah. So
recent time.
You know, in 2 years' time, Austin still feels the same way. Austin, you know, he needs to heal from it. He needs to get past it and everything like that. So, well, you know, Austin believes what he believes, and that's all right. But I know at some point, if Austin really heals from this and takes his time, he will come to realize that, you know, maybe he should. He might not dip in his store like how he dipped in before, but he would dip in his store again. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Austin went through a rough one recently. So, let that man be.
Correct, man.
Die hard with a vengeance.
Yeah, I don't want you to die hard though, Austin.
Yeah.
I don't really want you to. But again, if you're happy like that, but at the end of the day, you want to be happy. You don't want to be kind of holding on to stuff and then in your later years you're saying, but what if? You know what I mean? So that's my thing on the whole thing. I keep telling you all guys about TC, right? And TC used to tune in the early days of the show. And TC said on one of the shows, at some point you need to settle down your ass somewhere. I see Kevin in the house. Big up, Kevin. Good to see you, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? You need to settle your ass somewhere. Yeah? And as Marlon said, just take some time. Focus on you getting the gym. Take up a martial art or something.
Learn a trade. Do something.
Learn a foreign language or something, you know? Yeah. I still do it.
Boy.
I said, my guy. I said, you must come to one of our
Live
live
sessions.
meetings.
Yeah,
And just come and get your stuff. Come and talk about your stuff. We can talk outside.
yeah.
But I'm extending the invitation to you. And that's another thing. I found that saying stuff out loud really helps. Admitting some truths to yourself out loud really helps. And it's all right to stand up sometimes and say, I hurt,
Yep. Yes. You're operating from a space of bitterness.
Yeah, X and Y happened to me and it hurt. And it hurt bad. You know what I mean? And I may need to move past that. I may need to find a way to deal with it or whatever. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Big up my Maria in the house.
Yeah, Rihanna the crank too.
My guy Raider, my secretary of G-Syndicate, big up Raider. I saw Martin here earlier tonight too. Yeah, Raiden's a really talented vocalist. Y'all can hear me more in the new year, man. So shout out Raiden. Yeah, and big up Rihanna as well. So yeah, then I wrote sometimes you gotta say stuff out loud so that you are fully aware of the space from which you're operating. And then wrong with that. If you hurt, you hurt. If you want to cry, sometimes you go a whole corner and cry, Dread.
Nope. Don't let kill you.
Yeah. I went through a phase in my life, Neil. I want to say over 20 years I did shed a tear. Right? Over 20 years I did shed a tear. Then I had a bit of a trauma, a tragedy, whatever you want to call it, last year. And then I found that I went through a period of time just crying all the time. I had a friend who would say before that I am emotionally constipated. But because of the prune juice of the trauma that I had, I found that I am now even more emotionally aware. And yeah, and you got to be able to say some stuff. And sometimes say stuff out loud to yourself, say stuff out loud to other people will help. And it's always heartening to see when we hold our live sessions, men come through and men say, well, look, boy, it went through so and so. And I can tell you as man, it break me down like a fraction. I went and cry, I drink a rum or whatever, and I hear holding firm. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's important. It is important to, I think what Derek said is so true. You have to, it is very important for you to say things out loud, even if you say it to yourself, even if you say it to one of your partners, your friends, whether you say it to a family member, whether you say it to a therapist, a pastor, you have to say it out loud. It feels better. And let's not fool our foot here, people. Taking care of yourself, particularly mentally, and getting over hurt is hard work. It is, it's kind of taking your broom and going into the corners of the roof and getting rid of them cobwebs. You know what I'm saying? Some of we got high ceilings. You got to put our broom up high, and you got to try to get them cobwebs. And nice, glamorous work, and sexy. Shoot.
I get sweat.
Yep. It can make you confront some things about yourself that you don't want to deal with. You got to deal with it if you want to move past it, because you don't want a situation where 20, 30 years from now, you find yourself all alone, watching the turtles watching the turtles get more action than you, and you feeling like breaking and crying all the time because you've squandered opportunities.
I wanted to consider, that you mentioned the turtles again. I find it so interesting that that lady understood the need for the turtle to have a partner, but there's nothing, she doesn't get it for herself
because she believes she's more evolved than the turtles. See, the turtles are just fighting their normal innate nature. You know what I'm saying? We, however, we are evolved. We can choose.
Yeah.
And I sometimes believe knowledge and choice is probably one of our biggest curses as a species.
As says this didn't even hurt, y'all misunderstand. This is apathy, this is hate. Yeah, and that's never really the best place from which to operate, my brother. I understand totally what you're going through. If you look the comment right above you, Kevin says getting served documents from a marshal does break it down like a fraction. That is a fact. As a man who got served at work, yeah. I got served at work, Drake. And yeah, it ain't nice. It really ain't nice to experience something like that. But with time, it passes. Shoot, that's why for me, we pretty cool. Still talk time to time. If I see a joke about short people or red women, I would definitely send it to her to mess with her there a little bit. But yeah, you know, that shit hurts. But in time, and if you could face some things, admit some things out loud, you are able to get past it. I don't want you walking around with that hate, my brother. That's the truth.
Not a good place
That
to
stuff,
be.
that stuff is sticking your craw, man. So you're hoping that you could find a way to move past it. And I'm telling you, Rambo, out there and deal with all the women you can find, but
But you see how what you just said, Austin. No, we are not psychologists, psychiatrists, or whatever, right? We're not therapists. But you see what you said. That bitch left me decimated and I refuse to do it again. You will not do it again, even if you decide to go with another woman.
Yeah.
You will not do it again.
You
I
ain't gonna
can
do it
promise you that, right? Because your antenna is gonna be your antenna. You can always be up. You can always be looking for the red flags and the foolish behavior, right? So that woman, yeah, she ain't no good. She is no good. She treated you badly. Not every woman is like that. And if you do ever decide, I'm not telling you what to do, brother, but we're just telling you that operating from a space of hate is just gonna consume you, and it ain't a good
Correct.
place to be. It's not healthy. You gotta get past that if you can, just for your own well-being. I ain't telling you to get past it to get with another woman. I ain't telling you to get past it so that you could, whatever. You just gotta get past it for you, because you operate from a
Correct.
space of hate and anxiety and hurt and a space of being decimated. Then you will always got that resentment, that anger toward not only her but women in general, and that ain't healthy. So our advice is that, you know, you just acknowledge she's a bitch. You know, you're not gonna do it again. I can assure you, you will not do it again. You will never operate like how you operated before with that woman again, just simply because of the hurt. And you gotta find a way to work through it for your own well-being, for nobody else. If you never get in another relationship, that's fine. If you never engage another woman again, that's fine. But for your own health and well-being, your mental health and well-being, you gotta get past that hurt, brother.
So let me salute my man Kevin, man. We in the same boat, my brother. Salute. Red ex-wife. Yeah. I find that important what you said, Neil, in terms of how you approach your relationships going forward and healing for yourself. That's really important. Remember what I said at the end of my monologue, right? You're prepared to wait for the right person, or you can just allow the low-hanging fruit women to come around you, right? The low-hanging fruit women are low-hanging fruit, so that they can present themselves. And the challenge we have as men is to be more discerning about whom we choose.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just go and run and take up everybody, right? Because everybody don't deserve to be in your presence. I know that song a little, what's the right word? A little vain, a little self-absorbed or whatever, but everybody does not deserve access to you.
You're not obligated. You're not obligated to give anybody a time.
So Aston, for example, you use a good man, you provided for your daughter, you provided for your woman, you provide for yourself, you got everything covered. When she decides she gone, that's it. Because she doesn't deserve access to you. So she can't come back. Let she go, and you let go of the emotions associated with her. You gotta start, and this is good advice for everybody. Start treating relationships like a hotel room, right? And I'll give you a perfect example. Back in the day, I went my girlfriend at the time, who happened to be my daughter's mother, we went on a trip. We went to Florida, and after Florida, we went to Greensboro, North Carolina, right? And in Florida, we did an overnight at La Quinta. Then we went to this place called Mystic Dunes, right? Timeshare place and stuff like that. Real nice resort, 5-star stuff, right? Fantastic. Went to Charlotte, stay with a friend. Then we went to Greensboro first, stay with a friend. Then we had to overnight in Charlotte before we flew back to Miami, Barbados. Can't remember. That was a long time ago. Anyhow, when we got to Charlotte, we stayed overnight at this place called the Red Roof Inn, right? We still laugh at it to this day. 5-star, it was not. Right? 5-star, it was not. To provide perspective, we had to big respect to the Lee AO. We showered in our shoes. We slept in our jeans, that kind of thing, overnight, right? One of them places, one of them hotels. You push the door hit the bed, kind of situations, right? To this day, we still laugh at that particular situation. If I message her no, I tell her we were roofing, we can have a laugh at it, right? Well, I say all that to say, Mystic Dunes was one situation, and I could not take the Mystic Dunes experience with me to the Red Roof Inn. The two are not the same.
They're not.
Right? They're not the same. They're both accommodations, but certainly not the same. Right? Much like going to Accra or the Hilton, is certainly not going to the Super Villa down in Pickwick Gap. Know what I mean? The two are not the same. But again, both accommodations, but not the same. So you got to be able to pack up one relationship and move on to the next. And don't pack up the linen and stuff like that and say, well, yeah, I can cross here, but this morning, leave the baggage in that particular hotel and move to the next hotel and enjoy the experience for what it is, all the same, right? I feel that is the best way to work it. Yeah, Marlon, she doesn't deserve your energy, and right now, I said she's living in your head rent free.
That's right.
She's living in your head rent free, so you got to find a way to get past the hurt, get past the pain. I know it's difficult, but look at it this way: if you really want something to motivate you, I'm sure she ain't losing her sleep thinking about you, bro.
Amen,
as bad as that.
Amen. You've got kind of talk to yourself kind of rough like that. For sure. Sure. Let me plug the show here a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Senate podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Take a moment right now to like or dislike. Do that for us, please. We have 3 likes. We'd like a lot more because there are a good set of you in here. That helps with our algorithm. You know, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you are subscribed, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything, so that you don't miss anything coming out from us anytime soon. And yeah, let's share, build the community. Some of you are sharing and we appreciate that. Some of you are new for the first time and we do appreciate that. So if you like what we're talking about, consider sharing, subscribing, liking, and sharing.
Yeah, man, I see we up to 239 subscribers as well. So if somebody is in here and just want to smash the subscribe button, let me get it to 40 before the end of the show. That would be great as well. Aston Sembais have been open. Most are like that. Just have to wait long enough. I mean, the hurt hit me when it was driving and it almost ran off the road. Yeah, you see. Yeah, I got served at work with divorce papers. You don't like a fraction for truth. Yep, it does. It does. I see you moving it steel wood.
Rough and abrasive.
Look at rough, me.
For real.
Look at rough. But yeah, man, that's where we at. I think it starts with the vetting process. I think we all, man and woman, need to go through a bit of a better vetting process so that we don't allow people who do have no right being around us. Because I am sure we can all, ladies and gents in the chat, if you have ever dealt with somebody that I had no right being around you having access to, you put some ones in the chat.
Hey, give me a second.
Yeah, if you ever deal with somebody that you say, what the hell I was doing with he or she, put some ones in the chat. We have all been there. We deal with some people that we really love. Right? You say, what he was thinking? What the hell was I thinking? You know what I mean? So it starts with the vetting process. We definitely, trust me, shoot, let me put in some ones too, because I had some of them there that really and truly, you know what I mean? I ain't really had the right in there. But I may say I wasn't busy. So I went, you know. And At some point, you got to take that. You got to take that L. You got to own that. You know. I see Adrian reading your house again. Good night to you, my brother. Good to see you. Yeah. So again, we got to choose properly. We got to see who is worthy, because we all bring stuff to the equation, or we should at least bring something to the table. So it's up to us to determine, is that person bringing what we want, or is what they're bringing enough for what we want?
Yep.
Okay, says you have that out of body experience, asking where. For men, you know when that moment of clarity is hit us. Yeah, post.
I mean, so I find this a very interesting conversation, right? Because and I think this is why this space was created, because yes, we talking to men, but it's also to bring clarity and understanding for the whole dating experience from a man's perspective, and dispelling a lot of misconceptions that many people have, particularly women, about where they are and what the dating market is, right? And we gotta be understanding of a few things, right? Because everybody in here, our target demographic, well, not our target demographic, but the demographic that comes and see us are around like mid to late 30s, early 40s, right? Obviously we would like to branch out further from there, but right now we are appreciative of that. But everybody in that age bracket has had a heartbreak, whether it be marriage, whether it be a bad relationship, as evidenced by what everybody just saw in the live chat. We've been with people that we had a business being with, right? So oftentimes the problem that we have is discernment. The problem that we have is not looking at the red flags and being honest and saying, because we feel obligated. Recently I've been saying, there's a social contract when you get with someone or when you dating someone. If you go once or twice, there's an obligation to message them. There's an obligation to check in on them. There's an obligation to, to touch base. But really and truly, once you operate from the space of you're not obligated, again, I'm not telling y'all to be assholes. I'm not telling y'all to be rude or to be inconsiderate. But if you realize that the priority is your mental health, and the priority is that, once you've done all you can, you have done your due diligence and letting that person know that you care and that you're interested in them, you set the boundaries for what interaction you're going to have with them. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I know we like to live in this world where we constantly messaging each other till all hours in the night, or we on the conversation long. Shoot, we all had the days when you're up on the phone and you say you hang up first. No, you hang up first. You hearing the fowls out there, right? We've all had those days. But when you check it, right, you are obligated to yourself first and foremost, above everyone else. As Derek said, he prioritizes himself first. If we all prioritize ourselves first in a very healthy manner, then everything will trickle down, right? Don't get anxiety over messaging about that person, or you messaging somebody that ain't checking for you, or you doing work but this person constantly want your attention via WhatsApp or whatever. There's nothing wrong in saying, what, I got something that I taking care of. I in the gym, I doing work, I doing whatever, my purpose. There's nothing wrong in setting up boundaries for yourself. And we are taught that, especially for us men, that setting boundaries is selfish. Prioritizing yourself is selfish. And I'm here to tell you that your mental health is worth more. Your mental health and your overall health is worth, and your purpose is worth you setting up those boundaries around yourself, right? So if you know for a fact, shoot, I have had experiences where, people have made decisions. They don't want to mess with me no more, right? Ghosted me or just tell me that they don't like this version of me or whatever. And it hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you. But then I had to tell myself, you know what? They've made their decision and I have to move on from it. They're not obligated to me. They're not obligated to, because you've said I love you, because I have said I love you, because I've showed you how I feel or whatever. You're not obligated to me, or I am not obligated to you. So if you decide to move away from me, then that's all good. I gotta pick up the pieces and I gotta deal with that. But I have to be whole within myself. But I also have to know that if you come back around again, I have to pick and choose how and where we engage, and I don't owe you anything. So I think it's very important for a lot of us to understand that obligation does come over time, but you are most obligated to yourself. So, like Aston, all of us have been hurt, and you know, you've gone. I'm not diminishing your hurt, or I'm not negating your hurt. And brother, I ain't telling you right now that you gotta be better by next week or then. You go through your process. You do what you gotta do, right? But first and foremost, you gotta let go of that hate and that hurt for yourself. I ain't telling you that gonna mean you can get married or find another woman or nothing. I ain't telling you nothing so. But we gotta realize that we are not, like, as I said, they don't know I can dead by myself. I good with that. Most of the men in my family have. They found my dad in tub dead as F. Alone in his house. Alone is our natural state. Why run from it? Boy, I was right there with you. I've been there with you. I as a matter, there was a period of time a few years ago, I was like, coming to world by myself again, out the world by myself. But you gotta learn how to channel that and focus that into a beneficial state for you. Yeah, you might dead alone. Shoot, all of you might dead alone. But the point is that if you have healed from your hurt or your pain, and you dead alone, that's fine. At least you can dead alone happy and not miserable. So it's important, ladies and gentlemen, that you set up boundaries for yourself and understand that there are a lot of people that we give time to and energy to that we really got no business giving time and energy. Shoot, even the people that deserve our time and energy are not necessarily deserving 24/7 access to us. Right? So we got to be very careful. Because you have a girlfriend, because you have a wife, that does not mean that every moment of every day that person could come and talk to you, how they feel like talking to you, that they could come and move with you how they want to move with you and have access to you. Like, if you need a moment, take a moment. Right? Be polite. Whatever you gotta do, but you gotta take care of yourself first, because we live in a society where, especially us men, where, shoot, when a woman calls, we answer. And not every time, not everybody deserves an answer, to be quite frank.
I'll tell you right, Neil, I find for me, when I'm in the gym, I don't really check my phone like that. I would check from time to time, but that time is like for me. So I don't really get a check. And then when I'm rehearsing, I check when it's done. But that hour and a half, 2 hours of rehearsal, that hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym, whatever, that's my time. Right? Check like that. So I am able to separate a little bit. And to be fair, like that, on weekends, I try to get out in the country. You know, I love St. Lucie, I love St. John, and I try to go to those parishes often on weekends and stuff like that, just to decompress, because dealing with this stuff, so many things I see in the back alleys and the social media. So many things I see in the back alleys and social media can be a little bit heavy, can be a little intense, and they like to decompress.
Yeah, boy.
Kind of get away from it a little bit. Even after the show, sometimes I like to get away from it a little bit.
Yep.
And just not, interact with it. So you need that time for yourself. And I would say to Aston and to the people in chat as well, we need to recognize too that breakups are akin to losing a loved one. They're right there neck and neck.
Grief.
Like a death.
You mourn relationship. Yes, B. You mourn it.
Yeah.
My therapist told me that. Yep.
Yeah. It's grief. And you need to recognize that is what it is and treat it as such. Recognize, all right, yeah, this is grief, and I will process it. And much like how you handle grief, it takes longer to get over certain things and certain people. And the same thing will happen in relationships. You know what I mean? So again, as you said, you're saying get over it in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But certainly start a process.
Or heal for you.
In terms, heal for yourself. Do things for yourself to occupy your time. Focus on your daughter. Focus on yourself. find a purpose, and that's how you start to come about getting past. And I really don't want you to, anybody for that matter, to turn off the idea of relationships, right? And I know that sounds strange coming from me as a man that, don't really talk about marriage and stuff like that. But hey,
black heart, man.
You never know. Shoot, if I become rich enough, I might consider getting married again. Who knows? Yeah.
What?
Who knows?
What? You better invite me.
You never know. But yeah, I do still understand the importance of relationships, the importance of having somebody there, somebody you can say, "Bye, come on, we go take a walk by boardwalk tonight or this evening or whenever." Okay, might risk that night and get robbed, but you know what I mean. Those are the things that I like to do, but it's important to have somebody that can be there to share certain things with you. Again, the 4 horsemen, November through February, it's get rough. Right? It's get rough. Me, I cool with myself. I understand my own myself. I understand my company. I'm good. Some of you people, men and women, can't really handle them December months when it's like the night's cool and they would like somebody to talk to. My boy out with his girl. My girl's out with a man. We all alone here, lonesome, but we lonesome self.
All alone, but her lonesome self.
Look at these 2 turtles.
Yeah, look at these turtles getting it on. I here watching and eating a tub of ice cream and watching a rom-com, a Hallmark movie. You know what I mean? And my sweatpants, a big shirt. Yeah, ladies, there's all these stereotypes they hit there. Let me know. Yeah?
I know Hallmark. Real Hallmark movies watched last month, boy. Real Hallmark movies watched last month.
Believe it. Men are set up a little bit better to deal with that isolation and that solitude. Women not so much. Women are a little bit more social than us, right? So work with somebody. Find somebody. Sorry, let me retract that. Find somebody who's deserving of your time. Yeah? And deserving of your efforts. If that body ain't deserving it, like that, Denise, I can deal with that. We can work with that.
Big respect.
So always watching the Senate. Definitely, we can work with that. Shoot, put on the Senate, you can watch the Senate. Yeah? We can deal with that. We appreciate it. Invite some people to do. Invite your girls over, let them watch.
Yeah, watch this.
Two practicing misogynists. Okay. Yeah. Invite your girlfriends to come and say how much dog we talking. But find somebody that is worthy of your time and your efforts, right? And worthy of you as a person. And ain't just looking to see what it could get from you. You know what I mean? And that's a place for both men and women. Right? I know it's been a little rough out there in these streets, but you can find somebody, I believe.
Also to build up a tolerance. Some people have a 0 tolerance. I think Derek and myself, I know for sure Derek does not have a tolerance for BS. I for sure does not have the tolerance for BS. And I could tell you straight, my experiences have taught me that going forward, I am not closed off to having a female companion or dating someone. I may be on the fence on some things in terms of the level of commitment and everything like that, but I am not closed off to it. But I know how I move in. As soon as you want to come, like, you are the prize, and you want to say, well, shoot, what you gonna do for me? And I don't date the man, this, that, the next, and third. I can be like, even if I meet all of your markers, sweetheart, and that's the attitude you have, thanks for the memories, but
come down from here, Jennifer. Talk to me. Wait. Come down from here. What are you talking about? Talk to me, man.
Yep.
But yeah, man, I don't want nobody to die hard. I really don't. I really want everybody to like find somebody and go forward with somebody, work with them, and somebody you could go downtown and watch your ladies ceremony with on November 1st. You know what I mean? You go downtown and see the Independence Parade and thing. Then when they got the open air concerts in town, thing, you and your person could go down, you could watch them things. You know what I mean? Share them things. I want to see that for you. So when they see you out, you could give me a hail and say, yo, Derek. And I say, yeah, man, good to see you. Yeah, you see you doing things, and
Yeah,
you can see, and
my
you give me
personal girl.
my personal girl.
My personal girl.
I appreciate it. Respect. Appreciate it. You never know. Shoot, you might see me with somebody. Who knows? Who knows? I might go out on that man and all, dude. Shoot.
Oh, that, behave yourself, man. Behave yourself, man.
I never know you see somebody, you know? And maybe salute one and then you could say the Senate, you could contact me, my dad, the Senate bring me together here. I'll say, yeah, man, I can message me and say, yo, we no run into so and so. Tell me, yeah, man, he Senate bring put he in a place to meet somebody. You ladies, the same for you. Message back and say, well, yeah. You know, we got people from here in the US and stuff like that. I went to so and so place. So my man, I be working it out. I listen to you to one and I ain't as aggressive and as combative and I fix my man plate and we working out and we going forward. We nice. And that's thanks to the Senate. So I'm looking forward to that day. You know what I mean? We starting now. It's the end of 2021. So I'm hoping that we fast forward in a year, Neil. That we got people that saying, yeah, the Senate help me out. We put a different track.
Yeah, man, we get that every now and then. We get it from a couple of people saying that Senate will open the eyes to some things, both men and women. You know, I see Damien J saying therapy taught me that I am number one. I make me happy. I complete me. I don't, however you put it. For me, I don't put it like that. I don't like terms like that. But for me, I do agree. You have to make sure yourself is good. You know, what's very important for me is that I have very good friends. Justin Marvel Moore, Derek Marshall would have told me stuff like that. Would have told me you can't pour from an empty cup. Anytime if you ain't fulfilled in yourself, you can't pour into no one else. So you gotta find that wherewithal in yourself to be good. You have to be good. You can't just survive, you gotta thrive. Right? And I'm working on myself. I ain't gonna lie to you. You see, we doing this thing, and I know a lot of people may come shoot. We got that early on in the podcast where some people were saying, well, what the hell the two of them know what them talking about or whatever. Sure, we are not where we want to be, but we have lived experiences and we know where we want to get to. We are aware enough to know our shortcomings, and we are aware enough to know the things we have to work on. That doesn't mean that we don't have opinions and a voice to disseminate to other people.
And that our opinions aren't valuable.
Exactly. So I think a lot of people we live in a society now where everybody wants that other person to complete them, whether it is in their happiness, financially, socially, all the leads. You want somebody to come and you want somebody to not only compliment or to complete, but to take over. I think that's what it is. I think a lot of women say they want a man that is, you know, financially stable and all of these things. I think it is because they're tired of carrying the financial burden by themselves. But when you look at it, is that if you can somehow find a way to be stable and happy by yourself, yeah, and then if somebody comes around, you want to give somebody the time of day, you do that at your own pace and your own time. Nobody is pressuring you into anything. You may find yourself in something fulfilling and complimentary. Shoot, we are not here telling you that when they can get married, you know. That's not what we're saying, but we want to give you all a fighting chance.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Opportunity to succeed.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself, take care of your health, take care of your purpose, you know. Make sure that you're good. Get back into that hobby that you've been putting off. Get back into things that you used to do. You know, call up some old friends. Get your body together online. You understand what I mean? Once you get to a place where you say, you know what, this young boy or young girl looking upon me, let me see what they are. You very tentatively, cautiously go down the line of going on the first few dates with them. And then you move from there. But there's nothing set in stone that you have to be married by a certain time, or you have to be in a relationship by a certain time, or this man has to provide that, or this woman. Nobody's obligated to you. That's a very hard lesson I learned this year, not 50 years ago, this year. No one is because somebody says I love you and you say I love you to them, they're not obligated to you.
Good night, Laura. Good to see you.
Shout out, Laura. Nobody is obligated to you. So you are obligated to yourself. Take care of yourself. Keep it trucking.
Yeah, that's a vital point there. Nobody owes you anything. Sure, life don't owe you nothing.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? And it's important that you take care of you and push forward best way you can. I'm happy to see too that Tara is in the chat. She's not giving too much trouble tonight. She's actually contributing positively. She says having healthy friendships and family relationships are important.
Amen.
How we show up there can inform how we show up in intimate relationships.
Oh,
they
yes.
help us have a healthy sense of our value.
But that is a that is amen to that. That is a fact. Yes. Because let's be honest, right? We sometimes look to partners to fill in the gaps that really friends and family can fill. That certain hobbies or certain skills or certain things that we can do on our own can fulfill. And shoot, you might realize, I always put it like this: if you could get to a point where you enjoy the sunset by yourself and you really can enjoy watching the sunset with somebody else, life is good. But when you start walking about saying, that sunset, I need to find somebody to look at that sunset. Shoot, next year's All Year's Night. Fireworks can be all over the place, right? If you can go and enjoy the fireworks by yourself, if you meet somebody and you say, look, come and look at these fireworks with me. But if you start walking about, I need this body to come and look at these fireworks with me. I can't go and look at the fireworks for myself. Trust me, you're gonna always be upset. You can always be searching for something you can't find.
Exactly. I had a friend of mine used to tell he's a few foolish little woman. So I really hope he's, growing past that. I really do. He might be here watching tonight. I hope he's gone past that. But that was years ago. So I'm hopeful that he's gone past that, and growing to a different space. But yeah, man. You're watching the Senate podcast here tonight on YouTube. Tonight's episode is entitled Die Hard. We don't want anybody to die hard. So encouraging you here on the Senate to find somebody worthy of your time. Sorry, realistically. Yeah, I think I feel the need to say that. Because, sometimes we want some fairly outrageous things, especially things that we are not ourselves. You know what I mean? So we get caught up in the things we want. We want making a certain amount of money. Let me say it here. The average earning, according to the commerce people a couple months ago in Barbados, is $2,500. $2,500. $2,500. Anyway, it's $2,500. That's the average, which means that most of the men you're gonna be looking for, most of the women you're gonna be looking for, will be falling in that $2,500 bracket, right? So by the time you start saying you want making $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a month, so you're looking at a different bracket of mine there, and you're gonna have to be prepared to compete, because guess what? Everybody want that, man. Fellas, if you want a woman that look a certain way, yo, Nicholas, good to see you, my brother. If you want a woman, you want 8, 9, 10 woman, guess what? You gotta make sure you come in correct. You either gotta look a certain way or you gotta got enough money to set that 8, 9, 10 level. Yes, Denise. A month, Barbados. $2,500. Okay? So now you see the reality, and given the cost of living in Barbados, why it is important to find somebody that can help you and that you can work with and go forward in a partnership, a real partnership. Having said that, gentlemen, be careful. A lot of women don't want love, they want help. But that's another show for another time. We can talk about that. We can talk about that another night. Yeah, Nicholas is looking for a sugar daddy with them digits you talking. Yeah, you got to find some way to help you, man. You got to find some way to help you in these times. To help pull the weight. And not only that, sometimes you just need a little companionship. Somebody to snuggle up with me, like cool, right with leg rungy, you know what I mean? At 2:37 in the morning. Yeah, Tara, most people trying to make it work on that. Yeah. Clearly, all guys don't live here in Barbados. Yeah. As I said, it's the show with a whole. It is a homosexual dog. What woman in life. Now, even check is my mother. You could get anything from me, any other female. Ouch. Yeah, a mortgage is a two-person ordeal. Correct, Kevin. If you don't got a partner, generally you can't qualify unless you're working for that kind of money. Steve, what's also important to note is that everyone's achievement clock doesn't run at the same speed. Just because Neil or Derek may have gotten married at X age and I haven't, doesn't mean I failed. That is so true. But maybe we tend to have a little bit longer time to play with in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we did a short only a few weeks ago about a man who was 60 something, had a wife that was 30 something. So I mean that he was in hospital and she was trying to find a replacement husband. But that's another story for another time. Yeah. But yeah, guys, we had that kind of time. We've had an awesome show as far as I think. In terms of the interaction with you guys and the interaction between myself and Neil. So we are grateful for that. We're happy for that. We didn't get to 240 tonight, but hopefully by the new year we'll be at 245 or so, pushing going forward. We got a short tomorrow, right, Neil?
Of course.
We got a short coming tomorrow. Y'all were loving the last short we did about the fake wedding plans. That video is doing very well, so continue to share it, continue to push it out. Let people see it. Continue to share the stuff that we discuss as well, guys. I find these conversations are very, very interesting and very informative as well. You know, a lot of people get up in the feelings a little bit. I have a friend who's near and dear to me. She and I will clash on some of the topics, but when she's presented with the logic, she says, oh, okay, well, I guess, yeah, that's right. So have the discussions, guys. Gentlemen, I encourage you when you have these discussions, present your facts. Do not get into any mudslinging and all that. If the ladies have the discussions, okay? Have the discussions and be willing to hear from the ladies as well.
Yep.
Brace yourself for the emotion, but facts are stubborn. Just present your facts, you don't go quarrel. Yeah, fellas? Just keep that in mind. And as always, guys, remember, you can ignore reality all you want, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. Neil and I, we don't make it the rules. We just make sure you guys know what they are. Be the best version of you for you, guys. For you. We will see you guys again very, very soon. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and all that jazz to all of you. We are going to see you in the new year. We ain't going nowhere. We're going to be cranking. I think we're going to crank with we can keep with the movie theme. We might do Waiting to Exhale next week. So we can crank next week, right? So bring your friends, bring your family, everybody, and let me sit down. We can hash out next week the 90s and what the movies in the 90s would have done. Terry McMillan got a lot to answer for, right? So we can see you guys next week. Have a blast. Enjoy the new year. Don't drink too much rum. Don't get hurt. We'll see you all guys again very soon.
The contaminated environment. You know two about that?
Peace and love, everybody.